Hey guys,
I'm Jerry.
I'm Sierra.
We're ladies.
And we tangent.
I want to check if the Cavs won or not.
Are you?
Oh my god.
I'm running the
Sunday,
sport.
right?
Throwback to
They won. Let's fucking go. They were down one night.
I'm sorry.
Buddy, just
The Pens had a
just
shutout
be-
yesterday.
Hey, just be happy for me.
He got it.
What's up, everyone? Hello. This is round 2 because apparently I was screaming.
Yeah, that's bad.
It did look.
I know.
Yeah,
I
if
was
you-
like, why am I so aggressive on there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like me. What I said before that got cut out because I was screaming is I'm having a panic attack. Been having it for 8 hours and I can't breathe. So if I'm weird, it's because of lack of oxygen.
A panic.
No one was listening to me the first time. Good, great. I feel better.
We're also all panicking. It's fine.
Also,
Also, Birdie's here. Everybody,
Birdie's
Birdie
here.
Sanders.
Oh, damn. I love that.
I do too.
Her last name isn't Steinmetz. It is Sanders.
Yeah, it is Sanders. Birdie Louise Sanders.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And also our gents are here.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Shane and Corey are here, everybody, for our annual Valentine's Day episode.
Yes, we did it. We didn't think we would, but we did it.
Yeah, it's a hard habit to break.
Yeah.
It feels like year 3 is the year that we really solidify it being a tradition,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't not.
Is that how many years it takes to make a tradition?
I feel
I
like
don't know.
well,
2
I mean,
or more, right?
I feel like once is obviously like not it. Twice is like okay, you just did it again. But 3 times, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, sound logic.
I'm getting that tattooed on me. It's the most inspirational quote I've ever heard. But 3 times, maybe.
Yeah. That's probably a tradition.
I'm fine with it.
What are we doing today?
So what
Tell me all
we're
about it.
doing today, guys, is not gonna talk about my mullet. That's what we're not gonna do.
We know you're looking at us.
Just leave me
Clearly.
alone. I've been having a panic attack for longer than 8 hours
Because
it
Yeah.
started with my hair. I realized that me thinks something's wrong after I fucking butchered my bangs. So we're gonna act like this was an intentional choice, everyone. Okay?
I
So,
like it.
thanks.
I'm going to say it again. I'll say it every day.
I know. Everyone keeps saying that and like, thank you. I love being lied to. But Sierra and I talked about this earlier that if you call out something before someone else has the opportunity, then you have the power.
Yeah, that's like
over the
whenever I'm
problem.
like, yeah, I know I'm not good at words. So when you guys say that I can't read, it doesn't hurt as much.
Yeah, because I'm self-aware.
I know. I say wolf. How do you say wolf?
How do you
In
say
what context?
WOLF?
Like the
Wolf.
animal. Say it again.
What?
Wolf.
You're on the borderline. You
Yeah,
are.
yeah, I
That
was
is
gonna
almost
say.
wolf.
It was almost wolf.
Say it again.
Wolf.
Wolf?
Wolf.
Nah,
No.
Yeah, it's wolf.
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 Yeah, it's wolf.
No, it is not.
I don't necessarily like pronounce like
The L feels weird in my
I
mouth.
don't
Get the L out of my
I
mouth.
don't go tongue to the top of the mouth. I don't
Wolf.
think.
Wolf. I don't. My tongue
Wolf.
never touched the top of my mouth.
Yeah,
to
it's
say
just
wolf.
like
Oh.
Cheeks
Like
in.
my
Yeah.
I think my
Wolf.
tongue just makes that like it kind of curls up.
But if
like,
you're saying it fast,
it
you're
does
like,
this.
oh my God, is that a wolf?
Nope.
No.
No,
Is
I
that a
don't say
wolf?
wolf.
Like a wolf.
You've been saying wolf.
Yeah.
No.
You
Wolf.
have. We haven't
He's
recorded.
gaslighting
Buddy.
us.
Buddy.
Buddy, no. Wolf.
Listen,
All right, we'll
I
let the
love you,
audience
but you said
decide.
wolf.
Yeah, let's see what the
Wolf.
comments
Put in
say.
the comments below. What did Corey say? I love doing that because I feel like Dora the Explorer. Anyway, what we're doing today is we have a Q&A for the guys.
Mm-hmm.
You guys sent stuff in on our Patreon and also on our Instagram. And then we're also going to be
Playing a
playing
little
a game. We've played this game a couple times on
With
our
us?
exclusive episodes. And we've never done it on a main channel. And so we thought, why not do it with the guys? It's called We're Not Really Strangers.
Yeah.
And some of them are like some intense questions.
They are. I'm excited.
I think we'll just start
With the
with-
game?
Yeah, we'll
Let's
just start
do
with
it.
the game.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's fucking do
Alright.
it.
You guys ready for it?
No.
I don't
but,
know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I didn't prepare for this at all.
There's no way you can prepare for the game.
Was there a
You
reading?
know what?
Okay.
That is my motto for life.
Don't prepare.
There's no way you can.
I think you should prepare
You know
a
what?
little bit.
How would one
There should be a
prepare?
little
It's
bit
why
of
we
For
balance-
this
preparation.
game?
No, for life.
Oh.
Well, do you want me to go through the whole process?
Do you have one?
I mean, there's school.
Oh.
There's
Like
good
that.
schools. There's
Oh.
bad schools.
Are there?
Go to the good schools.
Oh, okay.
What's a
Yeah.
good school?
Somewhere that teaches you how to write a check.
Oh, so there are no
Yeah.
good schools.
We learned to write a check.
Yeah, I
We
learned.
did?
I learned.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, we all went to the same school except for you.
Yeah, I didn't.
But I
You
must
You
have
didn't
missed.
take the right classes.
I think
Yeah.
I wasn't in school a
You
lot.
That
was
that
really
is
the
a
thing.
that is a
Well.
true fact. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to start with level 1?
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
are
Level 1
levels?
dips our toes into it.
Okay.
Level 3 is like intense.
So am I asking here? Let's split these
Are
up.
we not
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
any context of what this is?
No, it's just we ask you a question
and you have to answer it. So you give
Also
those to
not
them.
Oh.
Check.
Shit.
What did you say?
Also,
I've never written a check. I don't know why I said that.
I feel like
I love that you tried to lean over and say it just to be like you don't have a mic.
I don't know how
He's
much
like,
this
"Oh,
picks
fuck,
up. I don't
actually,
do this a lot.
I've never written a check. I feel like I'm giving bad advice.
I felt like I was lying.
and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
I've
Oh.
written. I had to write one for work one time. I worked at a bar and
Uh-huh.
we had like beer orders come in, and my boss was like, "Just write them a check. Here, they're gonna tell you how much it is, and then there you go." And so the guy came in and gave me, and I was like, "Oh, I have to fill this out," and he was like, "Yeah, just." And I was like, "How do I do this?"
Well,
And the
I
guy
learned
was like 40,
For
and he's like,
real?
"Are you for real?" Yeah.
I learned how to write a check, and then I never got checks. So. I wired some money one time.
Oh.
That's honest. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's
To a
pretty
scammer
adult.
because they do.
Yeah.
When I was teaching my students, I would have them do daily tasks, and then depending on what tasks they did, they had quote unquote monetary value. And so I would write them, they would have to keep track of it. I'd write them a check at the end of the week. They'd have to keep track of it, and then they could buy rewards
That's
with
so
it.
nice.
And I made lunch with me like $1 million. I was like, you guys keep saving, and maybe someday you'll get to have lunch with me.
and I don't want to have.
Yeah, but that's my time, okay? I'm with you a lot. Okay, so basically,
Okay.
fuck, I can't breathe and it's so annoying. Okay, I will ask you this question and you have to answer. I think you guys will just ask each other.
Yeah.
And
And you
we'll
guys will
ask each
ask-
other.
yeah, yeah.
That's why I
Okay.
split them up. Yeah, okay.
Alright.
You ready?
Yep.
Wild card.
What do you think my go-to karaoke song is?
Don't stop believing.
Is
Is
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Every time.
Because she can hit. So like every
believe
time
it.
she sings it, like she hits his notes perfectly. But then there's a guitar harmony in like the last chorus that like she uses her voice for.
Wait, so you
Thing.
do like that?
No.
Oh,
It's like
I thought he was going to say.
streetlights and people.
I thought he was going to say.
Oh,
I just
it's like
want to
that.
be a pickle.
Well, now that that's an option, I haven't gone karaokeing since I've learned about that song. So
Yeah.
that would
Go-to
be my
now.
Yes.
that would be my go-to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would approve of that song as well.
Okay, well, I know why you'd approve of that song.
Hey, we
So-
talked about it.
Also, we're going to see Journey. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, we are.
No.
Like real Journey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm
My
really
mom-
pissed about. I
Perry,
almost said
yes.
Steve
It's not
Perry.
Steve Perry.
It is Steve. I almost
It's
said
not
Steven
Steve
I don't know
Tyler.
anything about
No, Steve
Journey
Perry
except
was
for
the
they
real
don't have the original
one.
lead
Yeah.
singer.
Yeah, it's upsetting to me because I love Steve Perry so
Yeah,
much. But
yeah.
and Shane's like, isn't he dead? And I'm like, no, he's very much alive.
Honestly, that's why I thought that he was replaced because like
Yeah.
I feel like that would
That's
be
why you would replace.
Yep.
Why else would you leave? It's a great
but-
band.
Yeah, but it is
Yeah,
what
that
it
was-
is. But
I
I'm
forgot.
still
So they're
really
on their
excited.
third
yeah,
lead
like,
singer?
I
No,
don't
just
know.
that.
All I know is that
no,
um,
I think it's just the
Oh, the
yeah.
second.
just
we
the-
talked about Christmas gifts, and I'm like, I didn't get anything. Meanwhile, I definitely got tickets to see Journey. So
It's a pretty good Christmas
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn for
Yep.
you.
Oh boy.
Who do you think my celebrity crush is?
Ooh.
I know.
Maybe Dax Shepard.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Honestly, yeah.
I like
Honestly,
that.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Good answer.
Yeah, good
good
answer.
answer.
Good answer.
Good
Here's
answer.
Here's the thing. I didn't have an answer, and I was just
Yeah.
really wondering where his mind was going to go,
Nick
but I
Miller.
love that. Nick Miller.
Nick Miller's a
Nick
great
Miller.
one.
That
yeah.
that
Yeah.
would be...
But that's a he's
Yeah, he's a
fictional, though.
fictional.
What's,
Yeah.
what's his real what's
He's
that?
Jake.
he's gonna need to act.
in
Jake
the moment.
is
is his real name, but I don't know his last name. Jake
Hmm.
something.
It's
Jake
a-
Johnson?
Jake Johnson. Yes,
Yeah.
because I think he's Jack Johnson.
Yes.
I could just imagine him going, banana pancakes! Just like angrily.
Okay.
You have to ask me one.
Wild card.
No, we don't do the wild. What's it say, though?
Maybe we'll
Think
do
your
it.
favorite brand of cereal.
I thought he was going to be like, blowjob.
think your favorite brand of cereal.
No.
And then say, yeah,
Ask a
that's
different one.
dumb.
We
That's
fucking
dumb.
hate the wild cards. Sorry.
They're so bad. I mean,
Do you think
it's fine.
plants thrive or dive? Dive?
It's
Thrive.
I just imagined a plant like on a dive board, like springboard. Okay, sorry.
Thrive or die in my care.
In your care?
In my care.
I bet they would thrive in your care. They would die in my care. You would do the research. You would look into it. You would figure out what
Oh my
that
God, we are the
specific
same
plant
person.
needs, and you would create a schedule for it.
Yeah, no,
And
that's true.
I would just hope for the best, and it would definitely not be the best. It would die.
No, I did have a plant in Florida, and then I asked my buddy to like,
Sherry's like, I never heard about this one before.
No.
Yeah, what's her name?
like whenever I would come visit, or whenever I came to visit, that one time I asked him to take care of it, and he killed it immediately.
Oh,
That's
so sad.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Pour one out.
So
Your turn.
What do my shoes tell you about me?
Okay, you have definite like dad mowing the yard shoes. So they just tell me that you're a really good dad. You're
Aw.
into
Really good dad.
you're into running. You're into keeping them feet comfy while you're standing for long periods of time.
Mm.
And you mow the lawn.
that seems efficient. You
Wow.
know,
He's
like
very efficient.
efficiency.
Yeah, he's got an
Practical.
efficient
Yeah,
shoe.
very practical.
If there's
Ooh.
one thing I know about Corey,
He's
he's a
practical.
practical guy.
He is.
You guys know me.
Practical
I
and
appreciate
kind.
you guys.
You're
Wow.
welcome.
And yeah, I appreciate that. And maybe the world needs some guys like me. Probably not a lot.
Just a couple. We'll
Just a
do.
couple.
That will be fine.
Just a handful.
Yep. Just the one, thanks. Okay. What about me is most strange or unfamiliar to you?
Ooh.
This is level 1, my God.
Yeah.
That's
Hold on.
interesting.
That
Yeah,
is
that's
interesting.
that's a little deeper than I was expecting
I'm
right
pissed.
off the
I'd
bat.
love to
Can
hear
you
it.
repeat the question, please?
What about me is most strange or unfamiliar to you?
Is it her mullet?
That is pretty new
if
and unfamiliar.
I was good at comedy, that's what I would have said.
Uh-huh.
Well, I am, buddy. So I'm just kidding.
That's why you guys are the main characters here. Okay.
Aw,
Aw.
But
I called you a main character.
I could cry.
You are. This is you guys' podcast.
100%.
Like Corey looked at me and said, "No."
Corey's so practical. He's like, "This is your
Yeah.
podcast. You are the main characters here."
If we have to tell you that now,
It's been a little bit.
is it unusual that nothing is unusual? Like I know that's like that seems very cliche. That
Mhm.
like nothing of you seems weird.
Unfamiliar to
Yeah,
you?
because like I've watched you go through just about everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
good
I don't know. Like I
answer.
you pushed out 2 babies,
And
I-
you watched.
and I watched. I was almost front and center for the first one. I decided to stay right by your side on the second. But still, I mean, like, what else would be unfamiliar after that?
Well, you've never been in my asshole. So
I mean, you got a point.
that's probably the most unfamiliar
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I
That
spit-
poops
I
you.
spit.
Nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah, that
That's
is
pretty good.
honestly, that is a danger zone. For those of you who don't know, it has been 4 days since I last shit myself. So
Corey didn't know.
you didn't know?
I didn't.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about to this day,
right
buddy.
here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right in this exact
It's down here, yeah.
Shit yourself live?
No,
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 no, on the
no.
podcast.
No,
Well, that
I
would've been interesting.
did Marco Polo Sierra
While she-
while I was on the toilet.
While she was cleaning up.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
What was funny is like she texted me that she did that, and I was like, "What happened?"
He was like, "I'll bring you underwear."
Yeah, I was like, "What do you need?" Like, I got you.
Because that is very much familiar to him.
So really, is that an unfamiliar thing?
We've not been
Well,
inside.
yeah. I haven't.
You know what comes
I haven't-
out?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
That what goes in.
Yeah.
Not you.
Yeah.
Not me.
Not
Not me.
anything.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Wild card.
Every time. We got to go through and take out the
2 in
wild
a
cards.
row. Oh my god. All right. That's a stupid question. But do I seem like a morning person or a night owl?
Oh, you're a terrible morning person. It's a great question.
I like to just say
For
that
your
I'm,
audience,
that I'm a great night owl.
No.
It's called perspective.
I'm more glass half empty on this one. Terrible morning person.
I
Oh,
really
man.
mean
Definitely a
sometimes-
night owl because you don't want to talk to her between the hours of like 4 a.m.
Daylight.
and like 12 p.m. You don't want to talk to her at all. That's why they do this podcast at like 9 p.m.
That's right when I'm getting the spring in my step.
And that's why I go to work early in the morning.
Listen, you guys have the schedule worked out. It's fine.
We
Like,
have
you know
we
what
have
works for
this
you.
worked out
Yeah.
to a science. It's great.
So he's not around
It
me when
works
I'm
out.
peak bitch.
Peak bitch. Yeah, I do get some text messages that work sometimes.
It's fine.
What? Okay.
Okay, he said. Okay.
But yes.
So I'm
Alright.
the
Did
question
you like
or the
that
answer is
answer?
that I'm a night owl.
Night owl. Yeah, night owl.
Okay. Well, okay. So this is really interesting because of what just happened.
Okay.
What do you think is the hardest part of what I do for a living?
Ooh.
Accepting that you're allowed to enjoy what you're doing.
Ooh.
I would say that.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good
Good
answer.
answer.
Shane feels Shane has been feeling like really guilty that like
It's-
he doesn't hate his life.
Literally,
Which I can
when
relate
you leave
to.
your job, that is the hardest thing, and you'll get there. Trust me. We'll get.
we were
Someday we're gonna do
we were
something.
talking about
We just had a
we just had this
about
conversation.
this.
Yeah, but I
But
truly
You
feel
can't
like
tell me I have to leave my job.
I just mean that someday, if you find something that you truly love doing, that like
I
you
like
make
what I'm
money.
doing.
He
Oh,
likes
okay,
he
okay.
likes singing the pickle song in surgery.
No, we
I
were
didn't know.
I'm
What-
in surgery.
Listen, I just assume everybody hates their
no,
job.
but
Yeah.
that no, like
No,
what
I
we
do
were
like my
talking
job.
about is that like I was not happy with where I was at,
Yeah.
and that's why she wanted to do everything that she could to get me out.
Yeah.
With Corey, like he enjoys what he does.
I
Now,
know.
granted, he doesn't want to. You don't want to do it like all the time or like 40
Forever.
hours a week or
Right,
whatever.
totally.
Like, but
Yeah.
like you enjoy what
Yeah.
you do, so like there's nothing wrong
Well,
with
right
like,
now, especially with having a new baby and stuff, you
Yes.
feel
Right.
more guilty that you can't spend more time
It'd be
at
nice
home
to be
and
at
help.
home.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and
Well, that's what I
helping,
was gonna say. It's
you know.
not so much that you hate your job.
That's exactly-
or
it's just like-
anyone.
yeah.
It's like it's more so
I
what
feel
you're
like-
missing out on.
Yes.
Right.
And so it's like I love my job, but I also love my family, and I wish that the time spent with both was more balanced.
Mhm.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, if you can find that balance, like
Yeah.
that's like
But that is a hard. Like when I like didn't go back to work and then was home all the time, it was a hard thing to be like, I'm allowed to not
Yep.
feel guilty that I'm here all the time, or
Yes.
like worthless that I'm
Yeah.
here all the time.
Yep.
I get. I mean, she knows I get like a ridiculous anxiety attack when I'm not doing something for the family
Yep.
at least some part of the day.
It's
I
almost
was
like he has to show that he earned the right
Yes.
to enjoy his day.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's fucking weird. Just have
Yeah.
a good time, my
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Just like
So
be present.
Yeah.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. That I mean, that's definitely the hardest thing
Yeah.
about this new
Venture.
avenue
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
life. Yeah. So
Yep.
I just thought that was I thought that was a really interesting question that
Yeah.
came up during.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's my turn.
God, she's so cute. Look at her.
I thought he was talking about me at first. And I was like,
You're more than cute.
oh, thanks.
Yeah, cute
You
is
still
not.
can't see my butthole.
I don't necessarily want to.
Okay, good.
But I don't not want.
I'm
Now
just
that
saying.
that's
I'm just saying
settled.
if the offer's there, it might not be rejected, but it's not going to be pursued.
I'm
You've
down
never
with
seen
that.
her bow?
No, he's seen
I've
it.
seen it. God,
Not
are
the
you-
inside of it.
Yeah,
though.
I haven't gone in.
Oh,
I haven't dived deep.
that would be a rectum. That wouldn't be a butthole.
Oh. Oh my God. Spoken like a nurse.
Wow. Getting all technical jargon on us. All right.
All right. Anyway, finish the sentence. Just by looking at you, I'd think blank.
Hot.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
Was it wrong?
What
Was
would
I
you have
wrong?
felt?
You didn't tell me I'm wrong.
She came down in a bubble.
She came down in a bubble, dog. Yeah, hot's a decent answer.
What would you have said?
Hot.
No, tell me the truth.
Hot.
Okay.
Do you guys want to move on to 2?
Yeah, let's do 2.
I just want to be a big old.
Okay.
Who
Are we
goes
ready?
first?
Me.
Oh, okay.
It was my turn.
Okay.
Kinda. Okay. Ooh. How can you become a better person?
Okay. So, I think acknowledging qualities of my personality or characteristics of my brain, and allowing them to just be what they are instead of fighting them.
So instead of being like ashamed of how your mind works, just embracing it and being proud that you figured it out.
Good
Yep.
answer.
deep.
That was good.
I'm proud of you.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm
I'm proud of you too. Can you tell that me and Corey
to say
not be
that.
serious?
I was gonna say, can you guys tell how emotional Shane and I are? And
me and Corey are not good at.
they're over there like Fort Poo Pee Pee.
Oh, we got time. We gotta make this funny.
Yeah. Good answer.
No, but that was really good. I
proud of you, honey.
actually
Good
love that.
answer.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I tell Noah all the time, and I think this is important for everybody to know. But when we talk about his ADHD, I say all the time, like, not something that's like debilitating. It's a superpower. You just have to figure out
Yeah.
how to use it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think that's like an awesome thing for everybody because none of our minds work the same way.
Right.
And we're told that they're supposed to.
yeah.
And I think the best thing that you can do is figure out how yours works the best and stop beating yourself up over it and just
Yeah.
embrace it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Learn how to
I mean,
work yourself.
Like, I think in junction with working or like figuring out how it works the best is also understanding how it is at its worst too.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
for
like
sure.
that is that I right now for me that's the bigger part is like figuring out how to deal with like
The triggers.
the triggers and like the I don't know, just dealing with how my brain processes
information. Stimuli.
Yeah, and then in being able to help deal
Yeah.
with it, and like I know that I've made steps already for that, and like it's already helped. So I think definitely doing that. Keep going.
I'm really proud of you.
Good.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Good
Okay.
answer.
Your turn.
Wow, card. I'm sick of these.
Yeah, fucking take them out next time, please.
Whoa. What title would you give this chapter in your life?
Interesting.
Hot.
Hot. That is such an interesting question.
Right? Isn't
Yeah.
this a
Like
fun
because
game?
this is like the most like unpredictable part of the
of the
our
life.
And I like
of
I
my life.
of the
I think
human life.
it's
I
like
am
something
an
that I
alien.
never saw coming with this podcast and stuff. It's like
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about being a dad.
what?
Well, that too, I'm sure. Dad?
My dad?
No, she's
You're
saying
being a dad.
I thought you were going to talk about being a dad.
Well,
Yeah, that too.
totally. Well, you didn't let me expand like at all.
Sorry.
she cut to the point real quick.
It's
Well,
like
you said the
I bring up the podcast and you're like, "Oh, you don't think about being a dad?" Fucking
Not
asshole.
how I said it.
I said I thought you were going to talk about being a
Yeah.
dad. I was shocked
Yeah,
you brought
I mean,
up the podcast.
But
Yeah.
like you have
So
so
this
many parts of
podcast-
your life.
And then being a new dad is absolutely astonishing and crazy. And I'm such a person that is like collected and like wants to know what to expect.
Yep.
And this part of my life is like
Yeah.
unpredictable.
Yeah.
Welcome
which is
me.
like which is like very unsettling for me
Yeah.
and
But it's also exciting. Isn't
very
it?
exciting at the same time.
Yeah.
No,
So,
I like
that's-
I can concur with that. Like feeling. I don't know why I'm saying big words. I'm sorry.
Concur is a good word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I feel like whatever. But like I with how we're doing, it's I don't know. I got sidetracked saying concur. I lost everything.
Thank
So-
you. That
so-
seems on par.
To have to come up with a title for that on the spot
Yeah.
is very difficult
I think
for
you
me.
did. It's unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, Natasha
that.
Bedingfield unwritten.
Yeah. But it's exciting, and I'm really enjoying it and trying to take it day by day.
Yeah,
And
releasing some of that control.
yeah, and that's tougher than
Yeah.
you know.
Don't I know it?
Are you guys
Yeah.
the same person? or
We
what?
are
Um,
indeed.
Sorry,
it-
I'm sorry that I chuckled.
But it's been fun. I mean, talking about, before we started recording, we talked about some things that were possibilities, just like
In our personal lives.
yeah, in our personal lives that we're able to do together, and that's
Mhm.
just like it's all exciting
Yeah.
and unpredictable, and it's
Our inner
It's-
children are
it's-
screaming.
yeah,
They're
it's
thrilled.
fun.
Yes.
But it's
It's
like
fun.
what this is what you strive. This is what anybody strives to do, and like
Mhm.
I'm so fucking thankful and so lucky that that me and Corey get to be a part of this with you guys. But like that this even happened in the first place. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd never ever ever want to take this for granted, and I
Yeah.
know we won't. And
Yeah,
like
that's
I
so
think that's so
nice.
cool that about us. Like I
Yeah.
I could already tell that about us, and it's
Yeah.
it's
This
just.
But it's
wasn't
also-
your question though.
I'm
But
sorry.
But it's
Yeah.
also about the
I'm kidding.
community. Like this
Yeah.
community of people that listens to this podcast is absolutely insane, and you guys are crazy people. And,
but like crazy awesome people. Like,
like-
it's
In the best way.
uh-huh.
yeah, like that's obviously what I meant. Like you
Yeah.
guys didn't have to come in on that.
He's like they got
Sometimes
it.
it's nice.
But this community is great. Like I pay attention from afar,
Yeah.
like and seeing you guys' support of the people me and Shane love the most is the coolest thing that I never thought would happen. So
Thanks
I-
for your confidence.
I mean, no.
No,
It, like
truly, I have
something-
tears in my eyes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's like who could predict,
Yeah.
a podcast
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
being successful. Like I love it.
Yeah.
And it's
Thank
it's
you.
cool to watch.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you
And it-
call this chapter "Ladies and Tangents"?
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, that'd be a good title. The
Ladies and
unpredictability
unpredictability.
of ladies and tangents.
Yeah.
All right. When was the moment you realized you weren't invincible?
Ooh.
That I wasn't invincible? Probably when I went under the school bus.
You
don't
got
know
the correct.
Oh my god.
So Shane had been telling me for months that my brakes were bad in my car.
Yeah, because I would, whenever I would drive it, because I
You would
whenever-
visit,
Yeah, whenever
yeah.
I would visit, I'd drive it, and it'd be like 50 yards from the stop sign. I'd have to start hitting.
It was the
stop pedal.
97 that I shit myself in. If you guys remember that story. So anyway, Shane was like, these brakes are bad. I'm like, no, you're just used to newer cars. This is a 97. Like, it just takes a little bit of time to
These are how
stop.
cars are. We hate to stop in them. We
Yeah.
are go, go, go.
Because that makes sense.
And then I was driving and I came up around a corner and didn't realize that a bus had stopped. And so I slammed on my brakes. And my car was like, we take a little bit of time to do that. Slamming's not an option. And I went underneath the school bus and fucked my back right up.
Yep.
I do remember the way that I found out was that your sister said, your sister was talking to me and she's like, yeah, Jerry made fun of me because she was driving through Burger King and she hit a, she's like, I hit a small yellow pole. Well, you hit a big yellow bus.
I did, and there were like children on it. So
No.
they were all fine. They were like my car, the windshield of my car was right up against the back of the bus. I went underneath it.
Oh my god.
And the kids were in the window like waving at me. And I was like, this seems like it shouldn't be happening.
it's not the time to.
Yeah. And then their moms
How have
showed
I
up.
never heard about.
You did. It was.
It was when I was in college.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
was.
like
I was
10.
literally
before I
on my
had
way to
Noah.
class to become a teacher, and I hit a school bus. And the parents
If that
started-
was a
I was gonna say that should
No,
have
that
told
was
you.
a sign.
if that was a tell,
I know,
Buddy.
I know. I should have listened.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But the parents started coming to pick the kids up because the bus was. We had to call a tow truck to lift the bus off of my car because the bus had like hooks underneath it, and it went into my hood of my car, and
Oh
so
my
I couldn't
God.
back it up, and the bus couldn't drive off of it. They were attached. So
Or just one life mates.
yeah. And so the parents kept showing up and like glaring at me, and they looked like really pissed off at me. And I was like, I'm someone's kid too, okay? And
like-
I'm hurt. They're fine.
They wanted you to be drunk so
Yeah.
bad.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they want
yeah.
you to be a stupid college kid, but
Yeah.
like your
Yeah.
brakes failed. Like,
But then
Yeah.
we found out I did have a leak in my brake line.
Yeah.
And so my
Yeah.
brake fluid was gone.
It happened to me one time, except my brake line was cut. So
When I was delivering pizzas back in the day, I ran a red light, not on purpose.
bad brakes.
And yeah, just like brakes went out. I was going to the mall.
Yep.
Went straight through that sketchy red light, and I was like, I can't believe I'm alive right now. And
That
I
was
called
the
my
moment I
dad
realized.
because I was like, I'm not driving this car anymore.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was either that or when we got hit on our way to our honeymoon.
Oh Jesus.
That's the story that
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that was but honestly like we made it out though, and like that
I
weirdly
know.
gives me a vibe of like I am invincible.
Don't knock on
Ooh.
something. My God.
you got wood right there.
You've got wood
But
everywhere.
I think I don't know.
Okay.
Did that come up in our last? I think that might have come up a year ago.
It did?
That's a crazy story, dude.
Us
Yeah.
getting hit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like we're planning on going on vacation in the summertime, and that is literally the story I thought of when I decided to fly
Yep.
and not drive.
Yeah.
I swear,
Where
because
are you
I
guys
was like,
going?
Florida.
We're
What,
on a-
when?
Oh, definitely
Wonderful.
fly.
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah.
well, yeah.
It's not a bad flight. I used to fly
No.
there all the time to see some guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Yeah.
I've made the Orlando flight many times.
The
and
one
we'll have a
thing-
9-month-old, so I'm
We're gonna have a
definitely not wanting
9-month-old,
to
and
drive.
that's the. It's
Yeah.
like, but I've never flown with a baby before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
So
neither.
us
it's
either.
like,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we haven't flown either, but
I
Yeah.
also don't want to do a 16-hour drive with a baby.
Yeah.
so-
We've done that drive. It's not
Yeah.
fun.
Oh no, this is a bad one for me. What is a compliment you wish you received more recently?
Oh, this
or
is for
more
me.
frequently, sorry. This is for you.
Oh, what's a
More
comp? Oh, it's you mean it's bad for you. What's
yeah,
a
this
comp?
makes me look bad is what it is.
No, I don't think it has to be you that compliment. What's a compliment I wish I received?
More frequently.
More frequently.
That I am. I don't know. Shit, hold on.
I know at this point we're receiving a lot of
I'm.
compliments
That's what I
pretty
mean.
frequently.
Like I feel.
What
I feel
is-
almost like stop complimenting me.
Yeah.
It's too much.
What's your what do you I mean in your personal life?
He's
or
like, what do you
in the-
want? What do you want me to
What do
fucking
What do
say?"
you want? Like
from
what do
me?
you think?
Just that I'm.
I
a
mean,
good-
today I think you told me to compliment you.
that I looked hot.
Yeah.
I said be nice. Because I
She
asked
said-
him-
I heard tell me I'm
she
hot.
Said, she said, on the podcast, make sure you're nice to me. And I was like, am I not always nice to you? She's
the
like,
thing.
no, but make sure you are.
But like people are watching now.
Here's the thing about Corey. Sometimes people don't know how to take him, and I
That's
know
true.
that, and I know what he means when he says things. But other people be like, "Oh, was he being a dick?" I'm like, no,
Yo,
not
well,
at all.
I mean, she had to do that for me because I would say something just to me logically made sense. I was like, okay, yeah, this makes sense.
And he didn't understand the connotation that was attached.
Yeah,
to
and
it.
Yeah.
not at all. And she'd be like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" And I'm like,
And it wasn't so much that like I always knew that wasn't what you meant, and so I would say, "Hey, this is what I heard, and what other people hear when you say
Yes.
this. Is this what you meant?" And I gave him another opportunity to rephrase it
I'm like, "Oh no,
because
no."
if it was something that like could have been said to someone else, I wanted him to know, like, "Hey, you may receive a negative reaction from someone if this is the wording
Yeah.
that you use."
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Totally.
yeah, he's much better now.
Yeah.
I'm not.
yeah.
No,
dude,
I think
it-
your
it took
problem
me-
and my problem
I
both.
kind of stick to my guns,
Well,
like
I think
probably
we're-
more than I should.
We're
Yeah.
both just like people that are like try to be funny more than serious a
Yeah.
lot of the
Totally.
times. We're
Mm.
not people that are like really vulnerable. Like that's just
Oh
not.
my God, Shane and
how
I are
we
people
are.
who will like turn off the lights, put on meditation music, stare into each other's
Yeah.
eyes, and try and match our breathing.
We
Yeah.
we do-
That's not who I am at all.
No, we like make.
We'd end up
fart jokes.
crying.
Like I'm the person that
It's weird because it's true. Like I know that. Like
I'm the person that
Like,
will say
You look forward to it. You just got excited.
I was like, I can see that happening. Like,
I will say unforgivable things to her that if anyone else would hear, they'd be like, you guys sure you're in a healthy relationship?
It's true, but it like
But
okay.
it's funny.
I will
like
tell you-
I say it to be funny.
Like
and
he says to me, he's like, "You're a good bitch."
yeah,
Oh, okay,
exactly.
so you just
Like,
have like
all
a
the time.
super vulgar sense of humor.
Yes.
Right, exactly.
And
And
so,
like-
but if we were out and he was like, "That's a good bitch," like,
No one would receive
Okay.
that well.
Yeah, no, but
Okay.
for
when he
Sierra,
says
she's
it to
like,
me, I'm like,
That's a great.
Mommy
That's a
No,
great
but honestly,
example.
that's cool that you guys have like your own, essentially like your own humor. Like
We
you
really
guys get
do.
it, and that's all
Yeah.
that fucking matters.
but
Yeah.
but I know how it translates sometimes, so that's why I'm like, hey, a lot of people are gonna be listening to you. Maybe don't call me a good bitch. Glenda the good bitch. Yeah.
oh,
I am a good bitch.
She is. I do
Oh wait,
enjoy
but
her.
okay. So the only thing I receive a lot of compliments. So I'll just say my favorite is
You
I like
do?
to be
This
complimented on being a
Kind
mom.
of seems
That's my
conceited when you guys
I
are
know.
like, we receive all the
no.
compliments.
I just
we do.
That's what I mean. But I don't like I.
From your audience.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
yeah,
More
Yeah.
than we've ever received from people.
Yeah.
So it's
we-
almost like jarring
But
because
my
we're
Yeah.
like,
favorite one to hear is that I'm a good
Well,
mom. 'cause
especially
that's my
because-
favorite
Yeah.
thing to be.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
I was like cutting you off, but
No,
I didn't
no,
want to
go
forget. I feel like because compliments prior in our life were used in a way that was like manipulation.
Yes, very much
it's
so.
it's kind of jarring to receive them so frequently because it's like, what do you
What do you want from me?
Yeah.
What do you want? And
Because
also,
before it
like,
was like, I'm
when is
gonna
this
give
going to
you-
go away?
I'm gonna give you this compliment so you do something for me, or so you stick around, or so whatever.
But I will also take this away because
Yeah.
I have made sure that how you feel about yourself depends on what comes out of my mouth.
Yes.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
okay.
that's on trauma.
Yep, let's get.
Wild card, admit something. No.
I won't.
I do every fucking week.
Yeah.
Do you think the image you have of yourself matches the image people see you as?
No.
Oh,
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
you don't? Why?
Nope. Because I obviously don't see myself in any good light.
Oh,
I mean,
so
yeah,
you
just
think
being
other
real,
people?
yeah.
Oh.
Like, I mean, like, I know that I do good things, but the things that I feel like are bad outweigh everything. So yeah, I know. I definitely I can admit that it's
Mm.
something I'm working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not sad about it anymore.
Good.
Used to be.
Good.
But I'm not anymore.
Because you know that the way that you see yourself isn't accurate.
Correct.
oh,
Before
good.
you thought the way that other people saw you wasn't accurate.
Yes.
Got it.
Like, cause I mean,
Bless you, Lady Bird.
Sorry.
Birdie Sanders.
she's
Sanders.
Why am I getting so many wild cards
Bertie
in a row?
Sanders. But I remember as I know I've told you as a kid, but when I was growing up, I was always trying to show people that what I looked like on the outside was not who I was on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like constantly, I was the kid that wore the trip pants, like the big black with a bunch of chains, which is funny because
Now they're extra skinny.
yeah, now they're as tight as my skin. But people would obviously expect some sort of personality with that type of.
There was like a negative
outside.
association. Yeah.
But if they got to know me, I was a Boy Scout.
I knew that's what you were going to say.
But like I was a good person. I was
Mm-hmm.
like genuinely a good person. Always a good person, and
But society put negative stereotypes on physical appearance, and
Yes.
that wasn't fair.
And so with that came a lot of other negative things, and like just with growing up, just a lot of things happened in my head that I became the negative voice, and so I think that I don't see myself the way that other people see me, and I hope that one day that I will be able to see me as you see me.
I hope that too.
Interesting. That is interesting.
I'm sorry that I
Because
keep getting
you're
yeah.
a deep dude, man.
Yeah,
He is a deep dude. I love it.
Yeah, it is interesting because I think we can all take away something from that because I think we all, in a sense, feel like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, there's no way because I think we all try to perceive ourselves or try to portray ourselves rather a certain way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we're all self-conscious to a certain extent on how we're perceived.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I completely get that. I have anxiety more about how I'm perceived than I let on about how
Yeah.
I portray
Yeah.
myself.
It's
Yeah.
Totally.
like, I mean, I feel
get
like
that.
with us, we are so comfortable with each other that like we're able to like, again, like to do like the breakdown of like being a little bit real and like
Totally.
letting down that little bit of mask
Yeah.
and be like, okay, like you get to see a little bit more real of me.
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, it's I feel like everybody deals with that 100%, but that's
I think it's important to hear from men as well.
Yes. Very.
I know we shit talk about guys a lot and like we make a lot of jokes, but truly, mental health when it comes to men like
It's huge.
is huge and it's important because
And it's not talked about enough. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like perceived as like if you talk about it, that it's somehow a weakness, and it's
Yeah.
not at all.
Mhm.
If anything, I think it's a strength. So
Yeah. So thank you for opening up about
Yeah.
that, both of you.
absolutely.
Good answer.
Good answers all
answer.
around.
And
Good
also, Shane said he was a Boy Scout, and in nursing school, I had a lot of trouble tying a slip knot. You have to tie certain knots for restraints, and I would like to come to you to
Okay. Yeah.
Teach me maybe
Shane
how
knows
to-
a lot
will
about
help you.
slip
tie a
knots.
knot because, I didn't,
he
not the
listens
band.
to a lot of slip.
I was
Um,
gonna say,
But I
trip
almost
hands.
failed a nursing thing because I
Wow.
couldn't.
Yeah.
I
No, I'll
couldn't
help you.
tie
Yeah.
the correct knot.
Seriously, with knots, 100%.
I
will
don't
help
ever have to tie it again, and I
Okay.
will never have to tie it again. But
You. But for
I don't know. We could
I
get
just
into
thought
some
it was
crazy
pretty.
things.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll be a psych
Whoa.
nurse one day. but
Naughty boy.
Hopefully
He
not.
went-
but
I went to sex and he's like psych nurse.
it's like, I don't
might
want
have
to. I don't want to
train
tie
this.
anybody up. I'm not that
Aw.
weird.
Sierra
Not
goes,
weird.
"Aw."
Could be
We don't
fun.
kink shame.
Yeah, I'm.
Why not
kink
call
shaming.
everybody Bubba?
I'm sorry. It's whatever you're into.
Corey.
I've done weird shit.
There it is. All right. You brought it back. Appreciate it.
We're back.
Have you
Alright.
changed your mind about anything recently?
Yeah, kink
Uh,
shaming.
Just happened. King shaming. Bam. I don't know. What do you want from me?
Astrology.
Don't go there.
No,
Don't you dare.
well, let's not get into that. We're gonna cut a whole segment. I think not. I like puppies.
Did you previously not?
Good boy.
That's
As
a
a
girl.
That's a good girl.
Well, I've changed my mind.
Hey, how do you know it's a girl?
You're a nurse. What do you mean?
He's not a vet.
But I'm not a vet. I'm
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
vet. No, I haven't examined this dog. I don't know what it is.
I'm not convinced it's a dog.
Yeah, I'm not even completely convinced.
Here you
No, it's a
go.
good dog.
Oh god.
Did you
Okay.
answer?
Anyway,
Wait, did you
I don't know.
Okay.
We're going. All right. This is the question I really want you to answer.
Okay.
What are you still trying to prove to yourself?
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, that's
That was really mean.
deep.
That's me.
What am I trying to prove to
Mean?
myself?
What are you still trying to prove to yourself?
Nothing.
I don't think that's the right answer.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to prove to myself.
Well, figure it out, bitch.
I don't necessarily. It's not so much proving to myself as I am proving to other people that I'm worthy of what I'm receiving.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
Okay, but what you're trying to prove to yourself is that you are
worthy.
worthy.
Yeah,
You
because
are
when you
worth
say
it.
everyone, you mean you.
I feel like I don't matter in the sense that like what I want isn't as important as what other people want. And so I am trying to make sure that anyone who is financially contributing to us or supporting us or buying our merch or doing whatever feels that it is worthwhile and that I am giving them
100%.
100%, everything that I can, because I want to feel worthy of the admiration and everything that we're receiving from people.
So, can I tell the people that don't see the background of everything, of all of this, that she puts more hours into this than
She puts 400% in. Truly.
both of you? Stop it. Both of you put an insane amount of hours to this. So, I'm sorry that you don't feel worthy, but I think that everybody else feels like you are. So
I agree.
I
Thank you.
love you.
I love you.
I'm proud of you both.
Oh,
you.
thank you.
That's why I wanted you to answer that.
Reminds me of the talk
That
we
was a
had
good
back
answer.
from the Moment House show where I
I
was
know.
crying in the backseat because Shane was just telling us how proud he was. Yeah. Yeah.
Just seeing from a third party, I don't know if that's what you call it,
Yeah.
behind the scenes, just
Yeah.
like how many phone calls, meetings, you skipped out on hanging out with me today to do a 2:30 meeting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just like I got home early from work, you had to go to a meeting. Because like it's the things that people don't see, and then it's like you can't spend, or you don't have that time to spend with the baby, and
Yeah.
it's like you have to figure things out. When I'm not there, it's like you have to
When I
figure
was
it there.
on a
Mhm.
meeting with the child.
Oh, yeah,
So,
she was screaming.
I literally answered on like a professional meeting that we had. And the first thing when I answered, because she was sleeping, so I thought it was good. And then, no, I was like breastfeeding
Yeah.
her. And then she like unlatched and just shrieked. And the guy answered the phone right at the same time. And he goes, "Was that a horse?" I was like, "That was my infant child. I am so professional. Hello."
Not a
It is
horse.
me, Sierra. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's just that's
Well,
what
I
people
think-
don't see.
I think it goes back to the same thing I said about you, Shane, is you feel guilty for enjoying what you do during the day, and I feel unworthy because I like what my
Yeah.
job is, and I
Yeah,
love
right.
our community, and I just
And
like
it almost
am so
feels
excited.
like we should be like, "Oh, it's not work," but it is still work.
Yeah.
Just because we enjoy doing it, I think that's
Mhm.
it. Because I
No,
think
it's-
other people are also not you guys, but other people,
have made comments about it.
that it's not like a real job
Yeah.
because we love it so much and because it's kind of like amazing that it's happening to us. But it is like we said, we do put a lot of hours into it
Yeah.
behind the scenes. So
Well, I mean, I feel like that's where you, like, what do you consider work?
Right.
Like,
Right.
is work physical? Is work mental? Like, in my opinion,
Yeah.
it's anything that strains your body.
Physically,
Period.
mentally,
Like,
emotionally.
yeah,
Yeah.
like anything that strains you is work.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, you guys work. You guys work all day, and so yeah, you're worthy.
And
Thank you.
that's the kind of the part that makes me feel guilty a little bit. Like I go to my job, do one job. She's at home being a full-time mom and also doing work for the podcast. And I see that. I see, enjoyment, frustration, every single emotion known to man. She tells me about it, and I
A
feel
lot.
guilty that I can't, be there more to help out. I'm at a, 9 to 5
Yep.
typical job, and I'm like, hey, I'm here and I can't help you.
Yeah.
The other thing is
And
it's easy for
you feel helpless,
Yeah. And it's easy for people also with 9 to 5 jobs to be like, cool, I clocked out. Like, it's time for me to enjoy it.
Mhm.
Whereas if you don't have a typical 9 to 5, there is no clocking out.
Yeah.
Like, we don't clock out. I spend time doing like podcast stuff until 1, 2 in the morning because obviously during the day I'm doing mom stuff. And so when she's
Yeah.
asleep, that's when I can do it. And it's like literally all day long so there is
Yeah.
no like clocking in and clocking out. It's
Mhm.
just like, you're available 24/7. Well, this is your life 24/7, which
Yeah.
again, I love, but
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It's hard too when you love the people that you get to
Yes.
interact with.
Yes.
It's like you don't want
It
to
doesn't-
close yourself
no,
off.
not at all.
But,
But,
like,
you have to
have
understand
to.
that it is like the people that can go home and kind of shut off. Okay, work mode's done.
Yeah.
It's like that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a really weird balance.
Especially because like we don't want it to.
Yeah.
Like we do love it talking with you guys and
Yeah.
engaging with you and answering your questions and being really present because we also feel like you guys are our friends.
Yes.
But it's a really, really tough thing to navigate, especially because we've said 1,000 times this happens so fast.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well, I also feel like it's the type of essentially the type of product that you guys are offering is that like you're offering yourselves.
Yeah.
And like you're not
True.
offering like if I were to make a wooden mic stand, like, there would be
a totally
time,
hypothetical thing.
there would be time, there would be material, there would be
Yeah.
like concrete things. But like with you and like with this, like yes, like the recording is a concrete thing, but
Mhm.
it's your brains, it's your minds,
Yeah.
it's you guys that are being offered to people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's definitely a lot harder to separate it as work.
Yeah.
Well, and at the end of the day, it's like you guys, if it was just interacting with the community, that would be a little bit easier than actually like you have to treat it as a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Definitely.
So it's like the community, gets half the interaction, and then like the unfun stuff
Yeah.
gets the,
The
other
business
half,
stuff.
Yeah.
Which there is
You know?
Yeah.
a big
Yeah.
portion of that.
So
Mm.
that's kind of the part that we see that
Yeah.
not a lot of other people see, like the part that isn't fun.
Yeah. Because it's
You
kind
know.
of like, oh, you guys get to
That
talk
we
into
feel
a
bad. That's the
microphone.
part
and
we
then...
feel bad about. We don't necessarily feel bad about like the interactions with fans and the good stuff.
No, that's
but,
fun.
like it's I mean it's amazing to watch you guys just like I mean, and I love seeing you guys light up whenever you get to talk to people.
It's my favorite.
Whatever. Yeah.
Well, that's
you
why
guys,
they
you guys
do
are
it.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's why they do it. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Thanks, guys.
You guys
Yeah.
are
I
the
love
best.
this
This is
episode.
fun. Let's do this
Tell
more.
us more nice stuff. Do you have one more question?
Yeah. You
Okay.
go ahead. It's you ask me, I think.
And then we're gonna answer we're gonna
Your
make the guys
question.
answer some of your questions.
When you're asked how you are, how often do you answer truthfully?
Oh, called out.
Dude, never.
Yeah.
Like
that hurts.
nobody wants to. I'm gonna answer this for you. Nobody wants to waste
He doesn't
other
want to
people's
answer his
time.
questions, but he wants to answer your
Nobody
questions.
wants to waste other people's time with their pity story. I'm
That's
sorry.
it. That is. Especially
And
when
so
I'm...
everybody's like, I'm good. And if you don't want to admit it, you're a liar. Dude, because everybody says I'm good.
And the
because
hardest-
if you say I'm bad, person's like, oh boy, here we go.
Could you just say you're good?
Yeah,
And then shut the fuck up?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and the problem is, so number one, you don't want to tell people when you're doing bad because you feel like you're burdening them with like
Yep.
stuff that you're whatever. But
Totally.
you also, it's hard for me because people have been asking me recently about like the podcast and stuff and like how is it going?
Yep.
And I also don't want to say it's as amazing as
No,
it
it's
is because
good.
it feels like
Yeah.
braggy
Yep.
and like I feel
Totally.
like people are going to, and I've watched people do it where I'm talking about it and they just kind of like shut off.
Yep, zone out.
Yeah, and it's like, oh,
Like you don't care about how good or how bad I'm doing.
no, you just
Just
want
don't
me to
greet me.
Yeah, don't greet. Actually, don't ask because I will
Yeah.
like literally. I've
no, the
seen
only
people just be like,
acceptable answer is
I'm fine.
good or I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's the only
How's
thing.
it going? It's going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Yeah. Oh my
Safely
God.
Another
shaming.
day in the great life.
I
Another
can't
day in
tell you.
paradise.
Like, living the
Another
dream
day in
one day at a
paradise.
time. I said that
Say a cliche.
just about every day.
You did?
Yeah. I
Wow, work
did.
Shane was weird.
Another day in paradise.
Work Shane was the stereotypical like perfect person, perfect office person Shane.
Oh, yikes.
But still had a sense of humor, but like yeah, I
Yeah.
was typical water cooler talk
Oh
BS.
no.
Yeah.
No.
100%.
Oh no.
I think it's because of the characteristics of my brain that I did
Yes.
that.
Yes. We
Okay.
will be getting evaluated soon. We're
multiple
gonna
times.
do some questions from Patreon and also from Instagram. So if you are not following us on one of those places, it's at Ladies and Tangents.
Yeah.
So find us then.
If you don't want to
You
pay,
weirdos.
Instagram is free,
Yeah.
and we mostly put almost everything that we like answer question wise on there.
Yeah.
And
Hold
go to
on.
ladiesandtangents.com to buy your merch.
Thank you for-
LT dash, or it's LT dash merch.
Hold
Thanks
on,
for
they're
plugging
they're,
us.
they're promoting themselves. I'm down here like Birdie made a sweet kind of noise, and Mosby woke up and wanted to check on her, and it was very cute.
Aw.
to watch it. So sorry to bust that bubble, but okay.
Okay. So here's the first question.
'Kay.
This is Shay. Her pronouns are she, her. When did you guys know that you wanted to spend your lives together? And when did you then decide you were going to propose?
Oh.
When I knew that I wanted to spend my life with her was when we were in college, and when
Were we at the same college or when you were in Florida?
no, it was when we were in Kent. Yeah, and
That was so fun.
it was, but and it's oddly childish, but like it was when we were like chasing each other and like wrestling when I was trying to.
So he wrote me a love note while I was cleaning my room.
Yeah.
And he left it on my desk and then left the room. And so then I found it on my desk and basically read that he was in love with me and whatever. And then I wrote him one back and I told him that I did, but I wasn't going to give it to him. And so I kind of like ripped it out of my notebook and then like held it, and he was like, give it to me. I'm like, no. And so he was like chasing me around and trying to get it from me, and we were like
Aw.
pillow fighting.
Yeah, so that was when I
That
knew.
is so Love Actually of you guys.
But that was when I knew that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. Once I really sat down and realized what I wanted in life, it was a no-brainer, and it was kind of just like, when is the right time?
Oh.
In
I
the
mean-
parking lot outside of a
Yeah.
strip mall Italian restaurant.
Because you called it immediately,
Mhm.
because I'm a terrible liar.
Yeah.
And like, that's not a bad trait,
No.
but
Jerry
yeah.
ruined it.
I did.
No, she didn't ruin
I
it.
did.
No, because like, I don't even know if that would have been like fun for you anyways.
It wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you guys.
Oh, okay.
So what was the question exactly?
The question was, when did you know that you wanted to spend your lives together, and when did you decide you were going to propose?
Yeah, the lives together. Sierra's the first person I ever decided to move in with, and
Mm.
yeah, that decision doesn't come lightly.
Yeah,
You know,
you're a big planner.
And
Yeah,
we made
not
it
at all.
very
exactly. If you know me, like that's not a decision that comes lightly, and
Yeah.
and I made it very quickly.
You
Yeah.
did.
Which
we
is
did.
super, scary in my mind, but it was obvious in my mind that it was like we had such great conversation and such great chemistry that we were able to move in together within a couple months,
like a month.
like
And she had a child too.
she
so
had a
like
child,
that's
and that was a whole nother thing. Like we decided to kind of wait
Yeah, we
for
did.
me to meet Noah.
So
Yeah.
so you didn't move in truly right away,
Yeah.
but you were spending like every night, especially
Yeah.
on weeks that I didn't have Noah at my house, because it was
Yeah.
also closer to his work, so he would just come after work and spend the night, and then
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
it was like more and more things were being kept at my house, and then
Mhm.
finally it was like, hey, why
Yeah.
don't we just do this?
yeah.
And as far as knowing when I was gonna propose, I always intended on being married, and we aren't even married yet. But
Yeah.
like I've fully always envisioned us like from the beginning as a relationship that will last forever. So being engaged was more of a fun thing for me.
Yeah.
So it was fun to get you guys involved with it
Mhm.
and like have a moment. Everybody got to see it because you guys put it on your platform, and it was fun to do and for everybody to be a part of, and for it to be a surprise as well, because she knew it was coming
Yeah.
eventually.
We had talked about
So-
being married
so
like
it
from
was
the
just-
jump, so
So it was a fun thing to do, a fun surprise. Hey, we're gonna be married in like, September 23rd, 2023. So it's gonna be fun,
Yeah.
and it's it's
I
not.
think
When you know,
that-
you know.
I think you knew we were gonna get married, or you wouldn't have ever moved in with me. I
Yeah.
don't think that was ever.
Well,
like,
I'm not saying I knew we were gonna get married within the first month, but
no,
like
but I mean, like, I think that you wouldn't.
I fully intended on, I'm not a huge courting person, like, but that's
Okay.
kind of like
I've heard that word like oddly too much the past couple
Really?
weeks. Yeah, but like I've been watching a lot of Netflix, so like
yeah, like I don't necessarily
Well,
even know what it is or why it happens, but I don't believe in getting a relationship unless
Just for-
you intend on,
Yeah.
And I had said, like, I'm not going to introduce somebody to my child unless I know it's
Yep.
like an end game
Totally.
type of like. So
that
I
was
told
important to
him
me
that.
as well.
Yeah. I'm like, you're not meeting Noah unless I know that this is. So let's talk about if that's going to be. But for both of us, it was like right.
I mean, there's
pretty
no
much right
reason
away.
for somebody with like you to be with somebody without the intent of being at least a
and she
lasting
is someone
thing,
who
because
has
like
been a child of divorce who
Yeah.
had met significant others. You knew
A
what
lot.
it felt like for people to
Yeah.
come and go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I hated that. I was like, you can't. I already have had a relationship like that. I can't. Don't do that again. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I didn't want him to get attached and then be like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
fair. So.
Well, I know that the first time, because I always knew that you existed as a person in the world.
Yeah.
But I
We grew up
didn't-
in the same town.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't
small
know.
town.
I didn't know you at all, especially as an individual because you're a twin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was
And
kind of just like
unfortunately,
it's Corey.
people-
Not a lot
Yeah.
of people did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, people just view
They
you guys as one
associate
thing.
us with each
Yeah.
other.
And so when I got to hang out with the two of you and you came and we had like dinner and game night,
That
like,
was fun. Yeah.
that was one of the most like emotional days for me because I told Sierra immediately, I was like, I've never seen you this way with a guy before. I've never in my life seen you be
Be yourself.
100% yourself.
I remember, I remember the exact day you're talking about.
Yep.
And it was scary for me because I thought you were hilarious.
He was laughing so hard he was crying, and I was like, "She's not that funny."
Yeah, she started to get weird because I was crying laughing.
I was like, "I've never seen you
at
cry
you.
laugh before." But okay.
She's like, I don't think I've ever
Okay.
seen you laugh like this before.
Why don't you just date
You
her
know,
then?
you know, she's my cousin, right?
I wasn't actually weird about it, but it was.
no.
It was funny.
But that was seriously, Corey is the only man that I've ever, and I think it has something to do with where I was in my life as well. But also just you liked me for me right off the bat. I told him things within the first time that I was meeting that I would have never told other
Yeah.
people because it was like trauma dumping
same.
on
Yeah.
you. Yeah, we both did.
I told you like bad habits I had that I mean I don't have anymore. I've told you like I laid it all out
That
for
was
you.
the best thing that we could have done. We
Yeah.
were both just, and I was like,
Super adult about it,
Yeah.
honestly. Like the
Yeah.
first adult relationship we had really ever.
I mean, but that
Bad.
like I feel like that's kind of what we did too. Is like we trauma dumped on each other, and we were like, "This is what we fucking hate.
yeah,
Let's not be these people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
do something different.
yeah, let's do something different, and let's be what we wanted for each other."
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I told him. I remember being like, listen, I was at a very tough point in my life where I wasn't like in a great situation. And I told him about it right off the bat. And then after I said it, I was like, but I don't want that. All I need is someone or just a situation where I can fully be myself and I
Yeah.
don't have to be stuck in this. Like, I don't want to be this person. I want to be a good person. I just need to get out of the situation I'm in.
I got to work through some things.
Yeah. And then when I did, it was like, it was so easy to be fully myself because I had shown him all the ugly parts first. And it's like, now
quote
it's just.
unquote ugly.
Yeah,
parts.
yeah, they
Yeah.
weren't. It was just fully being myself, which
Yep.
I thought was ugly, but it was just being a person.
Yep.
Mhm.
That
But
was
I-
one question.
I know, God, we got to
I
speed
know.
these up.
My name is Bethany. Pronouns are she, her. Question for Jer Bear and Daddy Shane. After being together so long, how do you and Shane keep the flame alive?
You put on the pickles.
I've been with my fiance for 8 years, 2 kids together. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like our spark, quote unquote, is fading. Some days are really good, and some days I feel like we're just coexisting together. Advice, tips, love you guys so much.
So tips on flame. Okay.
Fire flames.
Fire flames.
Well, one of the things that I
Okay,
noticed in the question was like, some days I feel like we're coexisting. Some days you do.
Yeah.
Some days
Yeah.
I feel like I think
Me
it's
and Corey are in that.
unrealistic To think that
Yeah.
you are not going to go through seasons where you're just like fucking surviving. Like for us, especially, and you guys as well, having young children.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you just got to get through the day. And like there is a lot of intentionality. I think the quote unquote flame comes from like the excitement. And sometimes you can't plan for excitement because excitement is unpredictability, it's
Yeah.
spontaneity. And you can't always have that when you have young children
Not to
and
mention
busy
it's really-
schedules.
It's really
Yeah.
hard for the flame to be there, like if you're both not feeling your best. Like,
Yep.
so I know
Yeah.
at certain parts in both of our lives, like it's been there for him when it wasn't for
Yeah.
me, or vice versa. It's
Yep.
been there for me when it wasn't for him. And it's hard because it feels like, oh, you don't want me anymore. But it's just like, no, I don't feel like myself right now, or like I'm not feeling at my best.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
like,
no.
But also, I think it's important to know that it's there.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
You know what I
that's
mean?
what I was gonna say. Is like I
It's-
think people
it's
focus
totally
so much
there.
on the flame and not the coal.
Yeah.
Where
Yes.
like
Yeah, the
As
fire's
long
still
as-
burning.
as long
Yeah.
as there's something there, as long as there is still
Yeah.
something
It
going,
doesn't have to be crazy passionate
the
all the
flame
time.
can come back.
Yep.
And
Yep.
sometimes it'll go out because shit's going on. But then like as long as you have still something burning for that other person,
Yeah,
like,
and it's worth it.
Yep.
I mean, like, yeah,
Totally.
like, I mean, if you want to get like deep into flame metaphor, because that's what I do. But like, you can have like the flamey parts would be the winds blowing, But like sometimes, like it's still, like
So I
Yeah.
think you've gone too deep for me, but
Sorry.
okay,
No, it's all
I'll
right.
follow you down.
oxygen makes flames go up, whatever.
I
okay.
know how fire works. I just
She's trying
wasn't
to
sure
see
what
how
the
it's the
metaphor
metaphor.
was. I was trying to match the wind. I know the flame is like I'm feeling hot for you,
Because
but like
it's
what's the
spontaneous.
wind?
Because like you can go wherever you
Oh
want.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you-
So
but like,
like
but like when it's still like it's just like everything's kind of just at peace. Like it's just like
Oh yeah,
it's just like
it could go down a bit.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
just
No.
like
Yeah.
you know what? I'm relaxed. Like it doesn't need to be a flame. Yeah,
Yeah.
and honestly, I think that's kind of like a good point too. Is like it really doesn't need to be a flame.
Uh-huh.
Period.
Yep.
So, but other than that though,
period.
just tried some different things. Explore. That's another way to keep.
But not my butthole.
Yeah, not no buttholes, but
We do play. We do have a board game.
yeah,
ooh, the dice.
we get
We try and make sexy games out of stuff. We play
well
sexy poker.
hold on. The board game goes through like 3 turns.
Oh yeah. Well, the last time we did one turn.
and then we were banging.
Yeah, well, the pickle song had played before. What was I to do?
That
What
damn
was I
pickle
to
song. That damn pickle song.
I said this in the Discord, but I didn't say this on the last episode that I wanted to tell you. So the pickle song played, and then we tangoed, okay?
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I couldn't stop pooting. I could not stop. And then I was laughing, and so it sounded like a machine gun. It was like, okay? And
A
then
poo?
Shane is
Are you talking about front
Queefing.
poot or back poot?
Oh,
front poot.
oh, it was a
front
front boot.
Oh, you thought it was a back poot?
Well,
Yeah,
that's why I
How
wanted to
much are you
clarify.
back pooting during sex?
After.
I poop.
Sometimes by gas. I never fart after that.
I fart after sex all the time.
But
Can
I
you-
don't.
all
I
right,
also don't think.
Start the story over. What'd you say?
So I'm front pooting, okay, like a
Okay.
machine gun because I'm laughing. And so Shane is laughing so hard, he like can't even fucking breathe. And I looked at him and I go, this happened because of a pickle song, okay? You got that much air in this hanger because of a pickle song.
Yeah, maybe that's the difference. We don't get a lot of air.
Can
in
you
there.
sing the pickle song?
I
that-
just want to be a pickle. I don't want to get copyright. Corey, what's your favorite thing about being a dad?
Oh.
Dude, right now. Oh, it's great. All right.
I was gonna help you.
Don't touch me.
See, this was, you had to say, "I'm just kidding."
Yeah.
So everybody else knew.
Yeah.
My favorite thing right now is having her smile at me. Because she, dude, like 2.5 months, she might have started to smile, but it's just been like recently where it's like
Very
she's looking
intentional.
at you.
I can direct my attention at her, do a thing, and she laughs at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And that is like when I go to work and I come home, that's my favorite thing to like look forward to.
Yeah.
It's like I get to look forward to making my daughter smile every single day. And that is my favorite shit in the world.
Sierra's crying and daddy issues.
Honestly, my
Yeah.
fucking uterus is just
Yeah.
ejecting my IUD right now. It's like, get out.
Oh.
More.
Daddy issues.
More.
Do you want me to cut that out?
Nah, okay.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
dude, you made me cry,
Thank
man.
you.
Shane's
Yeah, that's
heart.
is the truth though.
Shane's dad heart's
No, I
melting.
love that, man. Like, no, I like as a dad myself. That is honestly that's something that I've been noticing from Ollie and Forrest lately. Is like they'll look at me and like I'll do something and they'll be like,
Yes,
give me
it's
like a
just, like,
stupid
making
little
them
smirk, and I'm
happy.
just like, God, I love
Dude,
you. I
I'm
love
gonna
you
show
so
I'm
much.
gonna show you my background on my phone. Like, that's what
Mm.
makes me happy every single day. That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing.
Wow,
Sierra's like, wow, we fucking tonight.
Yeah. Well, it's my
Ah.
daughter smiling. That's my background on my phone.
No, well, yeah,
I
we
know,
knew
and
that.
that's-
Not
and
Well,
us.
that's
no
what I'm
one
saying,
can
like-
see it.
Oh.
That's why.
For the audio
That's
listeners,
what-
good.
yeah.
You know, good for
Got
you,
it.
man.
Good on
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
on you.
Making everybody included.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is a small action? This is Leslie, she, her. What is a small action or saying done by your partner that means a lot but wouldn't be noticed from anyone else?
So Sierra does this thing where she doesn't make me feel like a huge pile of shit.
Okay, that's so
And,
Wow, that's a
and let
big
me
thing, I
let me
feel like. Yeah.
let me expand on this.
Okay.
So I go to work for 8 hours a day, but I commute to work too. So, it takes me about 10 and a half hours from the time I go to work.
Yeah.
From the time I go to work to the time I come home. And then she lets me do my thing when I
Yeah.
get home, which is take care of my body. I've been getting into more exercise and stuff, and she lets me do that because she likes that I feel happy that I'm able to take care of myself. So
You're a good person.
so literally she's at home texting me like, how do you let me deal with this crying baby all day? And then when I get home, she's like, please run. Please go on a run,
Aw.
because I know that's going to make you happy. And that does make me happy, and
Yeah.
it makes me feel bad too. But also she knows that,
But I just want to say, when I send those texts, it is in the morning.
Remember, that's when she's her
that's-
bitchiest.
that was what he
but
said.
that is, those are the sacrifices I know that she makes that makes
Wow, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I
I'm kidding.
I
Follow
forgot what
that
the
up.
question was, to be honest.
What's something little that I do that is a big thing for you that other people wouldn't think was a big thing?
I would have to agree that it kind of goes with what he said, is that you let me be happy. Because it seems like it seems like it would be such a small thing. It's like, yeah, why wouldn't you let somebody be happy? Like, but
Well, there's a
If you're
it's-
sacrificing your own,
Yeah.
like freedom and kind of your own time, your
Yep.
own like self-care
Well,
to
I-
do it.
I
but
think-
what's ridiculous about our situation is that like you got more time and I got more time.
I feel like a lot of people look at things as like, if I'm unhappy, if I'm tired, if I'm frustrated, if I'm unfulfilled, then you also need to be. Because if
Yeah.
I'm miserable,
Yeah.
everyone needs to be miserable. And it's not fair that you're enjoying things or that you have access to stuff when
Yeah.
I'm struggling, or like everything needs to be equal. Like if I'm bringing home X amount, then you need to show me what you're doing that equals what I'm doing. And I just don't get that.
Yeah, like what we've said
Yeah.
a million times before is like a partnership should be just that. Like a partnership, like I'm only good if you're good too.
Yes.
And like, so I don't want to bring you down with me. If
Mhm.
anything, you've said this to me before, it's almost like a slingshot where
Yep.
it's like, I'll carry this part, which we've talked about before, because like us both working when me and Corey were together and things like that. And then like he fully took on everything
Yeah.
so that I could not go back to
Mhm.
serving because I absolutely hated it. And then this started panning out for us. So like, I feel like for me, the least I can do
Yeah.
is make sure that he gets those little moments where he could feel like that, because that's what he gave to me. So
Yes.
if anything, I feel like I don't want you to be miserable because I'm miserable. I want you to feel good because you made me.
You allowed
feel
me
good.
the
Yeah.
space to do that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that just comes from prioritizing the happiness of your partner and having that at the forefront of your mind. And
That's huge. That's such a selfless thing to do. It's
Mhm.
like, it is hard, but like it is, I think it's so important. Like that's how
Yeah.
it should be.
Mhm.
I feel like it's hard at first, but like
Because that's not the norm.
No,
It's
yeah,
it's
not,
not.
yeah, like because
not
it's
what's
you're
normally
fighting
modeled.
everything in your body to be like, but once it happens, like this is the easiest thing in my
Mhm.
life is
Yeah.
to make sure that you're happy.
This is such a long episode. Sorry,
Sorry.
They're fine. They love it.
guys.
I'm answering for you guys.
Okay. Cassie, she, her. What is your favorite physical and non-physical trait about your partner?
Ooh.
Who wants to answer first? Okay.
Shane's like, I got it. It's
Yep.
in my dome already.
So physical,
Uh-huh.
your butt.
Okay.
Not physical.
It's not my mullet?
Hair can change. I mean, so can your butt, but like
Interesting.
Corey's a great perspective I'm hoping for. So just kidding.
so like I'm gonna kind of pull a cheap move, but like it needs to encompass all of this, but it's the way that you think.
Oh.
I like
because
that.
Good
I
answer.
I like the way
That
your mind
brain.
works.
I like
Yeah.
that brain.
I
Good
love
brain
your
work.
wit. I love your humor, but I love your openness. I love how vulnerable you can be. I mean, nobody loves anger, but I can still deal with it, and it's
Do I get angry often?
no.
Oh, okay.
It's just like whenever frustration happens, it's I know how your brain works. Where I'm like, okay, I get it. Like
I'm
now.
good at communicating even when I'm angry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
you are.
and I
I've seen it.
understand it too. Like
Yes.
even if the communication is hard, like even if you can't communicate because of outside circumstances, I can like I get it. But yeah, like that the way that your brain works is my favorite non-physical thing.
He likes this dome and this one.
So, are we answering these as guys or girl, or are you? Is it your turn next, or do you want me to go?
I say just guys.
Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead.
just guys.
We don't want to talk about you.
What?
Yeah.
we
First
just
of
want
all-
to hear what you think about us.
First of all, Shane made this mic stand, and if you want this mic stand to be on ladiesandtangents.com, please comment
It is
below
one-
and let us know.
It is one of two.
Let us
that's
know.
it.
It's
he
very
can make
rare.
more. He has
Yeah.
a wood shop.
No, it's
Should
we
one of two.
auction them
No,
off?
these I'm not making any
For
more of
charity,
these.
He can make
we will be
more of these,
auctioning off the
And he'll make them for $10 a piece.
Stop selling my services. I'm not selling my services.
we
$5 a piece. These mic stands.
These cost
ladiesandtangents.com.
more than $5. That do you know how expensive wood
Buddy.
is right now?
$3 a piece.
Sierra and I
These mic
did
stands.
use those.
Yeah, we did.
Anyway,
Yeah.
For a very long
the
time.
question was, sorry, could you just briefly state the question again?
What is your favorite physical and non-physical
Physical.
trait of mine?
I am a smile guy. The smile is the first thing that hits me. First thing that everybody sees, and the
Oh, that's what
the
I
thing
hate
that
about
everybody wants to see every day.
You know what's funny
I want
is
to
you
try to
hated
make her
your
smile
mouth.
every single day.
Aw.
Aw.
You
That-
hated your mouth because people like talk shit about it, and
Yeah.
people talk shit about my flat ass.
Yeah. And that's the thing you guys love.
Aw.
Well, thank
Sorry,
you.
go on, go on.
Sorry.
So smile is a big thing for me. What is it? Non-physical trait?
Mhm.
Creativity is my thing because the opposite of me. She is the exact opposite of me. I don't know if anyone's noticed because I'm like probably
He's
more.
very type A.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. If that says anything about me.
But also just a heads up, when we were chatting before, when they were doing their little thing, he also mentioned that as well. So like it's
Like-
not it was unprompted then, and like
Yeah,
he means
like
it.
About her
it,
creativity?
I feel like I feel like there's creative people and then people that don't create at all. And I think that I'm probably one of those people.
I
Well,
think that you create more than you think
Yeah,
you do.
yeah,
I
maybe-
think that
challenge
you're-
yourself,
You're a
man.
musician.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
But
But
I think,
I play shit that other people created.
Well, that's
yeah, but I've
okay.
done the same thing with like crochet and stuff. It's all things that other people have created. That's the thing that I had
Anyway,
to.
This doesn't have to be a session. Okay?
This
Therapy
is an
session.
intervention.
No, actually, we've all gathered here
Anyway,
today for you.
like, one of these
We've
days
taken an hour and a
one
half
of these
to get
days
here.
maybe I'll be able to focus on creativity, but it's the thing I appreciate about Sierra the most.
Aw.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Thank you. I love you.
Rainy, she, her. What are your relationship goals for the near future that you look forward to?
Getting married. Right?
Sierra really wants to get married.
I don't really want to get married.
And here's the deal.
You know what? We're fucking breaking up right now.
Here's the deal. We're gonna have a huge party, and it's gonna
That's what I want.
So, it's gonna be so fun.
I just know how much it's
I'm
going to
so
be.
bummed that Corey wasn't at our
what's her
wedding.
name?
I know.
What's her name? Yeah, that is a huge bummer. What's her name? Rainy?
Yeah.
Rainy, you're gonna want to be there.
You're going to want to fucking come.
Because it's gonna be a great time. And message me in my DMs
For the party, not for
I'm not gonna marry you. I'm gonna marry her, but you may be invited since you asked the question that prompted this. It's gonna be a great
Fair
time.
enough. Fair enough.
Anyway.
What was even the question?
What are your relationship goals?
Oh.
Yeah, for the near
Relationship goals.
forward that
We're
you're
gonna get
looking
married
forward to.
and raise a awesome daughter that hopefully is a MLB player, like the first girl that will be in the MLB.
Heck
I love
yeah.
that for her.
I
Me
love
too.
baseball.
I was just
I don't
about
know
to
if
say,
you,
like-
you guys definitely don't know this about me or anything about me, but I love baseball. And she's going to be in the MLB and probably hit around 275 to 345.
What does that
Completely
mean?
realistic expectation. Yeah, we
None of
love
your
that.
audience knows what that means.
I-
Maybe their
Someone
husband.
does.
Yeah, there's somebody that does, and that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a good score. So
Thank you. Yeah, she's
Is
going
it
to
a
be
good
Hall of
score?
Fame.
it is.
She's
It
gonna
is.
be all
that?
Yeah.
paper.
What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to even more intentional time with each other.
I felt like you completely stopped moving your mouth. At that point, you you became a ventriloquist when you were trying to answer that question. Sorry, what?
More intentional time. I heard
Say
it.
it
Even-
with your chest. What do you want to do with
Even
me?
more intentional time with you.
I'm looking forward to
More
that too.
pickles.
Yeah.
No, it's not even just that, but
Looking
it's
forward to butt stuff.
no, it's just. I mean, like I said, if the offer is there, I might not reject, but I'm not going to look. Anyways,
Okay.
but no, I'm really looking forward to more just like time that either it's just us just relaxing together or us doing an activity together or us just
Me
I
too.
feel like pregnancy and marriage and then early stages of children, you really don't get that. So like you guys
Yeah.
really threw yourself into it. And like
way too much.
that was the thing that me and Corey, not that, I mean, I love how
Yeah.
you guys did it, but like doing like
No,
college.
that was an accident. That was not intentional.
Well, but I mean, like doing college, then marriage, then
accident.
right into
Yeah.
children is kind of very much like go, 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 go.
Yep.
Whereas we kind of had like very chilled.
I was just
The
racing to death,
untraditional.
Yeah.
honestly. If
The
I'm honest.
untraditional.
we
Well,
did,
I'm-
but I
I'm-
think it was good because we got to like,
That's the way I would. That's the
Corey
way
kept saying
I
to me-
wanted to do it.
Yeah.
and it was something I couldn't understand, but he would say all the time because I'd be like, so I knew that we were going to get married. So I'd be like, what the fuck's going on? And he would always say like, what is the rush? What is
Yeah.
the rush? We have the rest of our lives. Like, I want to space these milestones
Yeah.
out so we have something to look forward
Because
to.
she wanted to get a house, get married,
He's
have
like,
a kid.
I don't want to get these
all
all
in
done
like a
by
year.
like,
And
yeah.
I was like, buddy, let's take some time here.
Let's
you
give
know?
us some
Yeah.
give us some
Let's
things to
Let's
look
enjoy
forward
it,
to.
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
I feel
But
like
all of those things are such like status things.
Yes.
It's like if I acquire this,
Then I've made it.
But
Yeah.
that's such an old school
is.
perspective.
Exactly.
It is.
Yeah,
It is, and it's
something
And
that
it's
wrong.
needs to
like
be-
she was always like, well, if we have a kid, but we aren't married, so people don't legitimize us having.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is an old school perspective.
It is, but it's still something I think like
it totally, yeah.
it still does happen, but like
But I don't
comparatively
Yeah.
like I mean if you look at 30
I do
years,
understand it in the fact that parents split up, but when you know,
yeah.
So it's like we know we're gonna get married,
Yeah.
There's
and
no
I
rush
feel
for
like
us.
marriage, a lawful marriage, I don't know what it means anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
You know what I mean? Like
could be
love
together-
is love. So
Yeah.
that's how it is to me.
Yeah.
So a lawful marriage doesn't mean any more to me than what we have now.
Agreed.
Are you so proud of him?
I
this
fucking
time?
really am. Like
Seriously.
you're honestly
Corey, you're fucking killing it.
what
man.
are
I
home
love you,
runs,
man.
touchdowns?
I
You're
love
doing them
you.
all. But why I said that was because I feel like you guys did it all the quote unquote way that it was supposed to be. But because of that, it's so many milestones in a row that it's
Mhm.
almost like now you get to enjoy, you know?
Yeah, so I think we definitely took it. I feel like there's obviously a couple approaches you can take, and one is you can enjoy.
Well, there's no right or wrong way to
No,
do
it's
it.
just- yeah.
It's personal, and I don't think we made these decisions. Sorry that I cut you off,
No,
but
you're
we didn't make these decisions because it was what was right for us in the moment. We didn't think about it.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay,
We
next
should do
thing on the
this.
bucket, next thing on the checklist.
Yeah,
And we didn't take time to
Yeah.
really assess if that was what was right for us in the moment. And
Yeah.
obviously, I wouldn't change anything.
No.
But if I were to give advice to someone,
Yeah.
it would be
Take your time.
Take a
There's no
second,
rush.
yeah.
There really
It-
is no rush.
it would be assess everything that you have.
yeah.
Because I think that it for every couple it's different. So assess what you have. Try and just get to can you really do this or not? So.
Yeah. I have one more from Patreon, and then do you want to do
Yeah.
a couple from Instagram?
Mhm.
Okay. This is from Asia. This is just for me.
Okay.
What has it been like now that Shane is becoming more in touch and comfortable with who he really is?
Oh.
It has been the most incredible part of our entire relationship, because the guy that I fell in love with is exactly who you're seeing right now. And I felt like because of circumstances, you weren't able to be that person. And now we are in a position where you are able to fully embrace who you are and experiment with what you want to experiment with and express yourself in the way you want to express yourself. And I've never seen anything more beautiful. And I love it.
Aw.
Thank you. It's obviously been very difficult
I know.
transition, but
I'm just really excited that we have two boys who get to look up to you as a father and
heck yeah.
see
Being yourself.
Yeah.
No, and honestly that's what I'm most proud of, is that it's difficult for me to do this,
Mm-hmm.
but by the time that they're my age,
Yeah.
It's going to be all they ever know.
I hope so.
and that's my goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Aw.
Proud of you.
also, I mean, nails look cool, man. So,
That's what I'm saying.
cool.
I painted Shane's nails before we started,
did.
and he looks
You
so
did.
good.
It really does.
Actually, sorry, I got complimented on my nails at Lowe's the other day
Mm-hmm.
Really?
by somebody that worked at Lowe's.
Okay.
Yeah, he also had his nails painted.
I
too, so
love
was
that.
cool, yeah.
Dude,
too.
honestly, I truly love that because I just think that's such again, it is a creative outlet.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
that it
It's a
annoyed
form of
me.
expression.
It bothers me that it was ever painted as a womanly or a feminine thing because
Yeah, a
it's
gender
just-
specific.
Yeah, because creativity in any sense should be you're allowed to express yourself on whatever part of your body. It
Yeah.
bothers me that was seen as not masculine because it's just it. I feel like in a sense creativity alone is seen as not masculine, and that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
why. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I honestly I feel like creativity is very
Yeah.
it is very uncertain.
Yes.
So stability,
Vulnerable.
yeah, so I feel like stability and order is very considered masculine,
Yeah.
just because of how society has portrayed it. But then creativity and vulnerability is very feminine, but it's human.
Yeah, it's human.
Yeah.
Fucking express yourself. however you
Dude,
want.
some of the hardest people in history painted their nails.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
get out of here.
And it's this bitch.
It's not feminine. Some of the hardest dudes in history, rock stars, painted
Yeah.
their nails.
Oh, yeah.
Truly, that's the
Get
yeah.
out of here.
Well, that's
Man,
what I'm saying. It is such a
Stop thinking in such a vacuum, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You
Get
tell
with the
'em.
picture, man. So,
All right, Corey. I think this one is for you, but I guess we can all answer it. But it's how did parenthood change your relationship, if it did?
Yeah, man. It changed me as a person, so it changed my relationship completely.
Yeah.
Maybe just more faith and trust.
Yeah.
As far as you having faith in me and trust between us.
Yeah.
being there because
Well,
it's
we had a different dynamic too because I had gone through Parenthood before and you
Yeah.
hadn't. So it
Yep.
wasn't like it wasn't a milestone
Oh,
we were
yeah.
going
That we
through
did
together.
together.
Yeah, that's-
I wasn't
Well,
experienced.
another
parent,
thing.
but-
Another thing that goes off of that is I felt like a parent for 4 years before
Yeah.
I became
Oh
an
yeah,
Truly,
yeah.
official
yeah.
parent.
Yeah.
You know, and not because Noah's had an Noah is he's got 4 great parents.
Yeah.
and,
Yep.
and
He really does. Yeah.
you know, I don't like to say I'm a great parent,
You are.
so maybe 3 great parents in me.
You are.
But he's got the best outlook I could have for him. He's got a great dad, a great stepmom, a great mom, and I try to be the best I can for him. So I've been trying to do that for 4 years. So I already felt like I was a parent. So
Yeah.
having a baby is something new to me, because I met Noah when he was 5. He's almost 10. He'll be 10 at the end of this month.
Oh, that's crazy to think about.
It's crazy. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But so I've felt like a parent for a long time, but taking care of a baby is a different thing,
ball
man. It's a
game.
different thing, and it's been fun. I look forward to coming home every day.
Oh.
Corey.
Wow, you got us all crying in the club right now.
Oh. Oh my god.
All I've ever wanted was for someone to take care of you guys and to like support you guys in that
Oh
way,
my
and it's just
God.
really emotional hearing you talk
But
about
I mean,
because we
it's-
don't talk about this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is the
but
part
you-
that I get of him that other people don't. And when I just want to, I'm so glad that because I want the world to see. Like,
But I know he's this person. I
Yeah.
don't need to have this conversation to
No.
already know. But
Yeah.
it's just like
cool to see.
it really makes me emotional because that was such an incredibly important thing to
Yeah.
me. Not that like what matters to me is important, but I just care so much about you guys
Yeah.
and your safety and your well-being and knowing that you're taken care of and knowing that like I don't have to worry, because there was a time in my life where I was worried about you constantly.
Yeah.
And now I don't.
Yeah.
Now I know for sure, and it's nice.
Yeah, we trust you too.
Yeah.
Thank
Not
you.
that
we-
matters, but you don't need
Yeah.
our approval.
No,
but
No,
but-
but it is nice.
But we
Yeah.
trust you and we have faith in you too. That's and like way to make me
Thanks.
cry, man. Thanks.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Okay,
Alright.
another one for the guys. What was the moment nope. What's a time you remember your partner making you laugh the hardest? That's probably a hard one.
Ooh.
That is a tough
To think of
one.
a specific time.
Yeah.
because we're so fucking funny.
I think I'm so fucking funny.
No, I
Specific
feel
time
like
is
you
tough.
have to tell me when.
I don't
Did I
know.
laugh the hardest
Yeah.
at you?
I don't know. That's tough. You've laughed. I know exactly when you've laughed the hardest at Jerry.
Yeah. I do remember that.
I can say that. I think
Oh.
there are certain things that I do or that I say that catch you off guard, which is like my favorite thing to do. That I think annoys Corey a little bit, but I think you've grown to love it.
Your
'cause-
wit.
Yeah. Well, just I'll do things that he knows I'm specifically doing to get a reaction out of
Yeah.
him. And at the beginning, he was
Fucking
like,
hate that.
but those things are some of the moments that you laugh the hardest. When
Yeah.
I'm being fucking goofy on purpose to try to get a reaction out of you. Because Noah does it too now, which I think is
Yeah.
so funny. But yeah, that's just, I
No,
don't.
I'm a reserved person.
Yeah.
And she for in some aspects I'm reserved.
Okay.
And she tries her best to make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I love that.
sometimes it works. Not all the
She's
time.
good at it.
Sometimes it works. And she takes full advantage and goes all in when it works.
I really do.
That's funny.
So she thinks that's funny and she thinks I laugh at that, but I don't.
I honestly I can't think of.
Anytime I've been funny.
I think you're the
You're
unfunny
funny.
I
bitch
wish
I've ever.
you'd make him laugh at all.
You're funny all the time, so like it's hard to pinpoint.
No, I know that.
Yeah, like
She's like, I know.
I feel like the only
No, I'm constantly making him laugh, and like it's the most validating thing for me ever, because people I had been with
Yeah.
before like had this superiority complex a bit that was
Totally.
just like, you're not fucking funny. Yeah. Don't be good at anything. That
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
vibe of it. So
I get that.
and Shane, I just feel very almost worshipped by Shane. And it's kind
Yeah, no, like
Kinda turns me
she's
on.
fucking hilarious. And like whenever I was in that 9 to 5, like it took 10 years of us being together for some of that wit to rub off on me. And like I made a quality, like the 3 years I was in that job, a quality 3 or 4 jokes.
wow.
That, like, landed.
It's impressive.
know.
Wow, once a
Why
year.
is she attracted to you?
I like to be the dominant one. I like to be the funny
I'm
one.
the funny one in this relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Do you want to do 2 more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you ever want to experience birth? They
Fuck
said I'm
no,
a female
dude.
and want to see it from a male side.
Hell no, bro. I watched that, and Sierra's the toughest person that I've ever seen, but dude, giving birth is no joke. And it shouldn't scare you away from it because it's amazing. It's one of the most amazing things. Like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah, but once is enough.
Like,
Seeing
I-
it.
Yeah, like
I think
Also-
Corey
Yeah,
was
watch-
all about it, right?
Dude,
You were like into
well,
watching
dude,
it.
I got so nervous. So when it was time
Mm-hmm.
and our
It's funny
nurse
'cause
is like, hey,
Everybody knows the story, but they don't know your
our
side.
nurse was like, hey, we're gonna have this baby. Which side fact, I now work with this nurse at
Yeah,
my
she works
work.
Fun.
The nurse that gave birth to my
Well,
baby.
she didn't give birth.
Well,
she
she
helped birth.
she
Yeah.
delivered
Yes,
my
yes,
baby.
yes,
Yeah.
There you go.
Now works with me at my job.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, holy shit.
You guys have both seen Sierra's vagina.
Yeah, and she
also-
don't even remember it, so it's
She
fine.
knows it. I'm like,
Apparently,
oh,
it's
such
not
a not
very,
memorable.
It's not
but
very memorable.
Wow.
That
hurts
Sad
me.
for you.
I know.
No, but it was the most amazing thing that I knew it would be amazing, and I'm not like a super emotional person, and I even got a little emotional. I did tear up a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You were proud of me, dude.
Dude, Sierra, tough bitch.
Yeah.
Tough bitch, dude.
I don't
Like,
even
she always told me how tough she was, and I was like, how tough you really? Dude, she pushed this child out of her vagina that was like real big. And I was like,
the
oh.
baby, not the vagina.
No, the vagina got real big too. Trust me, I saw it.
Also, was I not making jokes the whole time? Like her head was out, and I was like
You-
cracking jokes.
I don't know if you were cracking jokes or not. I was more in like awe of like the whole situation. The nurse came to me and was like, "Hey, look at this. You can see your child's head." And I was like, "Woo! Okay." I was like, "All right,
Did you
yeah, I
cut-
see that. Kid has black hair for sure."
Did you cut the cord and everything?
Yeah, I
yeah.
cut the cord, dude. It was crazy, man. It was
I-
it was
that
honestly
was-
like one of the most like I've seen people like being in school.
Yeah.
I've seen people like push and stuff, but I never got to see a vaginal birth, and like I'm happy I
That was your
didn't.
first one?
That was my first one I saw.
Wow.
Like I
I
had
did
been
not
in
know that.
I'd been in a room while somebody was trying.
But
And they didn't happen while I was there. It happened eventually, but not while I was there.
I
So,
hope
and I'm happy, I'm happy that was the first one I got to see because it made
your
me,
own.
dude.
Yeah.
It was the best thing, dude. It was the best thing.
I feel like
I don't even know how to say it.
Yeah.
Like it was the best thing that like such a bonding thing. And it's like when your baby is there that you've seen that grow, and then it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's-
then it's like, oh, in their arms, and then a real entity, and it's like, holy shit, this is the real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something. That's something.
I feel like I've heard the stereotype of like, oh, like I can't watch that, like I'll never be able to look at it the same. It's like
Corey wants
It's-
to see it more.
I was gonna say like
it
yeah,
is not to turn him at all.
yeah, like I don't look at it the
But I
same,
see
but
some
like it's not
disgusting shit.
it's not
Not for me. That
is-
is just-
It's in
you
my
gotta
job.
clarify.
Yeah.
I see some disgusting shit every day.
yeah, but like I don't look at it the same, but like I look at it as something like miraculous. So
It
like
was a portal that
Did
brought
you just
life
call
into
my vagina miraculous?
I sure did.
Wow.
it brought life into
I
the
mean-
world.
I mean, Jerry, don't feel too special because everybody, like every chick here,
Every chick here
has
not
given birth.
not
listen,
Birdie.
Except for Birdie.
her vagina is miraculous to me. So
No,
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, Jerry.
yeah, but
You got
I
a nice-
My vagina miraculous.
No, don't. Do
I'm
that.
sorry. I'm
Don't
Tell
sorry.
Sierra
That's
her
totally,
vagina.
Tell me I got a miraculous vagina.
that's Jerry. That's totally my bad.
No, thank you. That feels weird to like say that sentence to
No,
another
it's cool.
female.
any individual
No,
who
it's
has a child,
fucking cool.
it has a miraculous body.
Yes.
Yep.
Dude, it's crazy.
Unreal.
Last question.
Yep, one more question.
Whoever wants to answer first. What was the hardest and greatest thing you saw your partner go through? Take all the time.
I think we just answered that. I think we
Oh,
need
birth?
another question.
Okay, well then I'll find another question. You think birth
Yeah.
is the okay?
Honestly, yeah,
Okay.
You think that was both the hardest and the greatest?
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
It was the most difficult thing, but like you created a life.
Honestly, I've done harder things.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's a question for you guys.
Because birth to me was a bit like ripping off a band-aid.
It was like it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen.
the
so, like-
trauma that I've experienced
Yeah.
in my life has been more
But
long.
Maybe we hadn't been there for all that
Crying.
trauma.
Yeah, we
Okay,
didn't
okay.
experience it with you.
I
no,
have
but
one.
you experienced me healing from it.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
acknowledging that it was even there.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
I
true.
have one. Has the podcast made any sort of impact on your relationship?
Mm.
Good question.
Mhm.
All right, can I
Good
answer
question. Yeah, go ahead.
100%. It has made an impact on our relationship. Because we have just genuinely both been happier as people. Which in turn makes us be able to love more. Like, and it's not like I love you more because I'm happier. It's like my body, my
You have more
The-
You're,
energy.
yeah,
you're able to feel it more.
yeah,
I
like
feel, too.
I have so much more capacity for the love for you that we're able to do that now because of this, and it's having an unbelievable deja vu right now, but it is ridiculous that we get to do this because of the podcast, and yeah, like this has changed.
Everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everything.
Truly.
everything.
Has it changed your relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
See, yeah, 100%. Gives I've always been the same person, but it gives Sierra always had jobs that were like not up to her creative potential. And now she gets to have a job that she gets to express herself and be at her best. It's a real job, which a lot of people may not know. Like, it's a real job that takes real effort, that requires hours every single day, but it also gives her a chance to express herself in a creative way every single week, every single day. And it's like a dream job for her. And that makes me happy, because it made me happy that she didn't have to work a job that she didn't like,
Yeah.
which was serving, or, being an esthetician in a weird, she liked being an esthetician, but that got weird.
Well, it's just like,
That could be a whole different episode.
yeah. Yeah. Honestly, there was
It's
some
like a whole
traumatic stuff that
different trauma episode.
happened. Truly.
Or a lot of people might not know, but she went into real estate and pretty much finished a real estate program that she was going to be a realtor. And she didn't want to do that at the end of a program that she graduated, And then she then found this like right at the end of that. And it was like, I think I want to focus my attention on this. And it wasn't necessarily, profitable or like
Easy.
easy or
Yeah.
just like anything that made any sense. It was just like, I'm going to go do a hobby. It was like a hobby. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to go bullshit with my cousin, and I hope that's okay with you. And I was like, yeah, for sure. Do it. I get it. go have fun,
Yeah.
you know. And then it turned into a business, which I mean, I didn't expect, and neither did any of these people.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm happy it did. I mean, but it would be just as great if, you know, if 3 people were listening to us rather
Yeah.
than, you know, however many are now.
Yeah.
So
Well, that
it's-
was
it's
something that
fun.
I wanted to say to both of you is that I appreciate the sacrifices that you've made to allow
Yep.
us to have an opportunity to do this.
Because
We
truly,
didn't know that it was going to turn into a business.
no, when I went into this, there was a very good chance, because I was still serving when we started this, that like it would not have lasted had you told me, like, it's okay, I got us, don't go back to doing that, I can tell you hate it, like
Yeah.
things like that. I'm sure that this wouldn't have lasted to the point where we got like attention and started like
Yeah.
getting followers and stuff like that, because I would have gone back to killing myself
Yeah,
to make a
Yeah.
living.
Yeah.
And I hated that. And it was translating, like, again, I say all the time, I feel like I can hear it in myself in the beginning episodes. I still think like I did a good job, but I can tell how much happier I sound
Yeah.
and how much more confident in myself I sound now than I did in the beginning. And that's
Yeah.
all thanks to.
And like, I think it's important to acknowledge that, like, yes, we did the work,
yeah.
but not
You made it
everyone
possible.
has. Yeah, not everyone has the support from
Yes.
someone in their life to say, go and do that. And even if it never was going to be a business, to say your mental health is important enough for
Yes.
you to pursue something, even just as a hobby.
Your
to find
creativity is
enjoyment.
important to me. I want
Yeah.
you to have an outlet to express it. Please
Yeah.
go do that. Like that
Yeah.
was huge. So,
So
thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And thank you for coming
sure.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful having you. This has been such a long episode. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Thank you.
No, this is pretty much what it's like. It's with all of us all the
Well,
time.
that's
so.
what happens when you get 4 people instead of 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who like to tangent all of us. So,
Yup. So, thanks for hanging out. That
Yeah.
was the Valentine's Day special.
Yep.
We love you so much. We will see you next week.
All right.
We're out.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Later.